Welcome to another realm. Prepare to journey into the unknown. Look for answers, help those lost souls. We get a bit spicy and very bold. The passion for the untold. Love, laugh, and live life. We find missing here. We love spirits here. We find real clues here. Tara listens to important words sent to her from another realm. Words that get mystery solved. Thank you to the higher powers, always sending the rays of light to protect us all.
Hi everybody, good afternoon. It's freaking Monday again. It seems like time is just going by. Okay, can you guys hear me okay, first of all? Hello, good to see you. You can hear me okay? Yeah, we're doing good. Everything's fine. We're all fine. The fire that was threatening for us is held and fined, and the people that were evacuated were allowed to move back home. So yeah, we're all good for now. Thank God. It was pretty scary, that's for sure. Who did my intro song? It's AI. I made it for my channel. Hello, everybody. Come on in. Good to see you all. Happy Monday, I guess. You never really say happy Monday, but yeah. The weekend seemed to fly by. All of your orders are out except for the orders that came in last night. So those will go out probably tomorrow or Wednesday. But the others left this morning. Campar, they're on the way with Loomis. So thank you very much. Good to see you all. Yeah, we're safe. We're safe. We were panicked. I was freaking for a while, but yeah, we're safe. Now we just pray that nothing happens around us, like no lightning strikes start or anything like that. So, hi, Susie. Hi, Rhonda. Hi, Tammy. Hi, Holla Girl. I'm sure I missed a lot of you. Hi, Miriam. Hi, Nanette. Hi, Terry. Hi, Susan. Hi, Valhalla. Jed Funk. Rachel. Susan. Wendy. Susie Poo. Patty Cup. Liz. Congratulations on my subs. Thank you so much. Yeah, I finally hit 13,000. Yay! Thank you, thank you, thank you. Yeah, 13,000 finally. Woo woo. Keep it coming, people. I want to hit 50,000 by the end of the year. That was my goal for this year. So please tell your friends, share my channel, all your things you do on YouTube. It will really, really help. So we're going to cover Jack and Lily today. We're going to just start off on doing a recap of everything that's going on like new stuff. I don't like covering stuff that other YouTube channels have done. Yeah, I just don't like doing that. I like to try and stick with the news articles and go from there. So we're going to just do kind of like a recap of what's been on the news, say the last 6 months or so, which to be honest, it's pretty sad. There's not much. And then I think I'm going to do some dowsing rod questions on the case. Yes, I think I'm going to do dowsing questions. Oh, okay, Valhalla. I'll check my email after we're done here. Okay, babe? All right, so we're going to start off with the first one here. So get your headphones in, or if you're watching TV, crank your TV up. This is fair use commentary. The credit for this goes to BC News, Nova Scotia. Video is as rumors swirl, missing kids family turns to YouTube. And this was 10 months ago, okay? I found this interesting. I'm like behind in Jack and Lily's case. I never really covered it too much. So I'm just doing my own thing and I'm doing catch up here. Again, let me please reiterate this. I don't want to know what any other psychic said. I don't want to know what anybody's spirit box has said. Please don't tell me anything. I need no inside or outside influence on my reading, okay? Thank you for appreciating me and understanding that, okay? So let's get started here.
Nova Scotia children, Jack and Lilly Sullivan, has become all-consuming for true crime enthusiasts on social media. Experts say there are benefits and pitfalls. While the discussions can and have led to real-world leads for police, there are also ethical concerns in turning people who are already suffering into content.
Okay, hey guys, welcome to the live. It's been a minute or so.
Sunny Austin does
See
this
this?
multiple times a week, sits for hours in her BC home discussing every aspect of the disappearance of Jack and Lilly Sullivan. In the chat, members of their family.
YouTubers, true crime community, different. We can sit there and keep these cases alive and keep pushing them out there and have family.
Okay, what did that say? Belinda. Okay, I've spoken with Belinda. You do need permission, but most are family related, so hopefully they will want answers this much. Okay. Yeah, I've spoken to Belinda myself.
Members of their family.
YouTubers, true crime community, different. We can sit there and keep these cases alive and keep pushing them out there and have family members come join, talk if they want to.
Not everything that's discussed on Austin's show is based in truth, and she realizes that. For her, it's about raising the case's profile.
It was really about being a voice for the victims, and that's really the core of everything.
Belinda Gray is Jack and Lily's paternal grandmother. She started watching Austin's show amid a lack of answers. In fact, Gray regularly tunes into more than 10 YouTube shows that are covering the case. She too realizes that online conversations can run amok, but she doesn't care.
To me, the more people that talk about Jack and Lily, the better it is. I don't care who they are. They can state whatever they want that isn't true. I don't care, because people are listening and Jack and Lily's name is still out there.
Sergeant Chris Marshall says some of the 800 tips the RCMP have followed up on were a direct result of the true crime shows that are covering the case. He says
Okay, on that note there, I'm going to interject here. I tell you guys this all the time. Anything you hear me say on my channel with like anything to do with my psychic readings or anything I'm picking up from, please do not ever call law enforcement with it. Okay? Please don't do it. All it does is piss them off. They won't listen. And to them, you're wasting their time. So please do not call with anything to do with my readings.
in general, these sorts of tips can and have helped move investigations forward.
My experience is that there is a big benefit, but it's like anything, there's risk and reward to anything that we do.
The risk? The tips police know from the outset are false. They are nevertheless required to do their due diligence.
Like, I know for a fact that there is people out there and other YouTubers out there who have actually like called the RCMP and gotten involved and have been rude to the RCMP. That absolutely baffles my mind. They've been rude to RCMP. it just doesn't make sense to me. So please don't ever call with anything you see on my channel. Please don't.
And fully investigate.
We now have to put investigators on that information, which is taking people away from potentially chasing down actual real leads that are actually, based in fact. So that's the complication that can come.
But according to experts, this kind of exposure is a double-edged sword.
I think it's important to remember that every single story that unfolds online, I think
Daniel Martel has been fully online all this time, from my understanding. I'm not impressed with investigators, not even informing me or my mom. I should release all the information I brought to major crimes that will point fingers. It's undeniable, and I hold back. Okay, so what a lot of these suspects in these cases don't understand is, yeah, law enforcement's they're not gonna tell you anything. And they don't seem to understand that. Law enforcement will not tell you shit.
I think it's important to remember that every single story that unfolds online, it's real people.
Whitney Phillips says there are major ethical concerns with discussing such cases on platforms like YouTube. Phillips says click-based web engagement is designed to turn world events into commodified content. The attention economy has long driven pop culture and news, in that the most intriguing, shocking, and upsetting information is what people respond to and engage with. But she says that can reduce victims of crime and their families into a consumable product. But Phillips says the attention economy is inescapable. And so it's up to all of us to ponder the ethics of these conversations.
I believe that content producers, including everyday citizens sharing information, have a responsibility of understanding what their digital technologies might not be wanting them to see in terms of the human impact, the human consequences.
Anyways, if you guys haven't hit that like and share for Jack and Lily, again, they've been missing since May 2nd of 2025.
Austin says she does make money off her channel through YouTube and donations, but that's not.
I don't know if I'm different or what. Anyways, I just heard that creator say, please press the like button. Something like if you love Jack and Lily. Like, come on. Hitting the like button has nothing to do with the actual kids. It has to do with whether you're enjoying the content you're seeing that the creator is producing.
Why she's doing it.
So the impact that I know that our channel can have is that we just keep fighting for people to share to the algorithm, to keep the story out there, do it for Jack and Lily because they're missing children.
Allie Thompson, CBC News, Halifax.
Okay. We're going to carry on next. So we're going to just watch a whole bunch of recapping news stuff. I've not watched a lot of this because I didn't really get involved in this case. So let's go through it all. This is from 9 months ago.
Detailed accounts from neighbors who were awake in the quiet hours before 4-year-old Jack and 6-year-old Lilly Sullivan disappeared from their home in Pictou County. The children were reported missing from their home at 10:01 on the morning of Friday, May 2nd. According to court documents, neighbor Brad Wong told police he heard a loud vehicle coming and going 3 or 4 times after midnight and into the early hours of the morning. Wong said his house is at an elevated position from the children's home on Gairloch Road in Lansdowne, and he could see vehicle lights over the treetops. He said the vehicle would drive off in the distance, and he could hear it stop and then return. He said it remained in earshot the entire time. Another neighbor, Justin Smith, told RCMP
That's interesting.
That at 1:30 a.m., he heard a car turn around by the railroad tracks near the area of Gairloch Road and Lansdowne Station Road.
That is really interesting. I guess, in my opinion, I would say this is one of the most important pieces of information that there is out there that the neighbor heard. So there was definitely activity happening late in the middle of the night.
He said it made a noise, then the vehicle was quiet for about 2 minutes, then drove off towards Lairg Road. Smith told police he later spoke with Wong, who informed him the vehicle was the children's stepfather, Daniel Martel. The court records also detail Martel's account of the evening. He told police he went to bed fairly early and didn't wake up until light the next morning. The document said the children's mother, Malaya Brooks Murray, told police she went to bed around 9 p.m. She said Martel stayed up and she doesn't know what he did. Brooks Murray has not responded to our request for comment. In several interviews, though, Martel has told CBC he had nothing to do with the children's disappearance. And in a phone interview Friday, Martel said no one from the family left the property that night and they did not have any visitors.
I didn't do anything. I know Malaya didn't do anything. I know my mother didn't do anything. Those are 3 people on the property. I mean, after the polygraph exams, they should have known right there. We didn't kill any of the kids, or we didn't kill the kids.
RCMP says the case is still being investigated under the Missing Persons Act and is not a criminal case. Angela
Not a criminal case. Okay, that was 9 months ago. So 9 months ago, they're saying it's not a criminal case. Interesting. Hi, Dukes. Come on in. Hi, everybody. Please come in. Okay, so next one. This is from 7 months ago.
I'm the criminal operations officer here in the province of Nova Scotia.
Across Morrow's 33 years of experience as a police officer with the RCMP, he says one case has stood out to him: the disappearance of Lilly and Jack Sullivan, Nova Scotia siblings who went missing from their home in Pictou County back in May.
From the outside looking in, this case seemed really rare to the public. Is it a rare one for officers as well?
It's extremely rare. I've never seen it across my career. But while it's rare, what's the part that isn't rare is the complexity of the case, like why it's taken.
Daniel's brother is named Justin. Okay, you guys already know what my rating is on this whole thing.
Taking so long because these investigations have to be done in a methodical approach. It started to generate a lot of national media attention and even international.
Did the RCMP find that difficult to manage?
Basically, anybody that was involved with that investigation felt that elevated level of concern.
The case captured worldwide attention, putting the small community of Lansdowne Station on the map and officers under the microscope.
Why do you think so many people from even other countries were so captivated by the details of their disappearance?
Anyone who has children, obviously, from a parental aspect, it deepens that level of concern internally. What happens if it was my child, for instance? Just that initial reaction from a parent.
I'm going to come out and say it. I've been saying this quite a bit lately for cases that we're covering. I believe the RCMP knows what's what, who's done it. They're just waiting for that key piece of evidence so they can nail them with charges. Like, I fully see they've got it. They've got it. They're just waiting for that piece of evidence. I guess it would be like the just cause, I guess they call it, the evidence where they can proceed with a warrant.
Parental perspective would escalate that concern, obviously.
Can you go over how many tips you've received thus far in the Jack and Lily investigation, as well as how many formal interviews have been conducted by RCMP?
There's been 1,030 tips received, and approximately 86 formal interviews have been completed within the investigation as well. That's sitting down, interviewing the person.
I don't know.
Not something that's a casual conversation while we bump into somebody along the street.
That's a really good question, Valhalla. Like, if there's anybody watching that's from there, have you had any fires lately? Like, how are you having forest fires there? Like, what? And such a good question. If we all remember in Summer Wells' case, like a few months after Summer went missing, there was fires popping up everywhere. I always found that really suspicious.
It's a sit-down, structured interview, obtaining what the person knows firsthand.
I have so many questions. Hopefully you guys can give me the answers because I don't know. Did the RCMP go in and luminol the house? Have they done all the forensics and everything on their house? Please tell me they have. When I look at the house, I get a really bad feeling. Like, I get a really, really bad feeling from this place. It reminds me of the Wells house.
There's also been roughly over 8,100 functioning videos that have been actually reviewed by the team that's supervising the investigation. So there's been a lot of work conducted behind the scenes. It's been documented that 7 people have completed polygraph examinations. All 7 were found to be not lying.
The case is still considered a missing persons investigation despite the involvement of major crimes.
Would you say that this was the biggest case that Nova Scotia RCMP had to cover this year?
Yeah, it's certainly one of the most prominent ones within the province in the past year. Touched a lot of people.
But the case of 2 missing children wasn't the only one that touched the hearts of Nova Scotians this year. At the beginning of 2025, intimate partner violence-related homicides were happening at an alarming rate.
The approach to intimate partner violence has changed drastically since I started as an officer.
If you have the numbers on hand, how many intimate partner violence-related incidents?
There's been roughly over 3,000 intimate partner violences within the last year.
In Nova Scotia? Do you have numbers from 2024 for comparison?
So I don't recall the exact numbers, but it's several hundred more. Sometimes it can take up to 30 occurrences for a victim to actually come forward.
I'm curious your thoughts on this. How do you think the Mass Casualty Commission's final report has influenced RCMP's police work in Nova Scotia over the last year?
So victims often fear loss of their friends, their social groups, their networks when they report an intimate partner violence against their spouse or significant other. It's about challenging those barriers, how we collaborate and support victims on the initial trauma-informed approach, for instance. That's what the theme was, is about how we engage our victims and support them through the process.
Are there things the Nova Scotia RCMP has changed in terms of your own protocol this past year that come to mind around intimate partner violence?
We've hired more victim services case coordinators, more.
Okay. Well, in that, because they changed the topic. We're going to watch this one again. I've already watched this one, but I'm kind of like giving myself a recap here. So we're going to watch this news interview. This was from 2 months ago. Okay, so a newer one.
Yeah, absolutely. On that note, we will start from your left to the right. We'll limit each reporter to 1 question, 1 follow-up. If there's time after that, we'll go back around for another round of questions. Thank you. Rob, the floor is yours. Thank you.
Thank you all for coming today. As you can see by our news release, we don't have new information to put out there. Our investigators continue to actively drive this investigation forward and follow up on every tip and lead that we receive. I will answer a few of your questions. Sorry, to the left.
So we'll start on your left, and if you could just state your name and the agency where you're from, and we'll proceed that way.
Can you address the camera when you answer? Sure, no problem.
Mark Hodgins, 95.7 News Radio. So year-long investigation now, still not much information. Do you feel there are people out there that...
So again, I'm going to reiterate it. I feel like I need to say it 10 times. Please don't ever call them with anything I'm getting in my readings. Okay? I know what I'm doing, and if I feel I'm going to get involved in trying to help with the case, I have a way of getting in there and doing it, okay? Please don't ever call. And the last thing you want to do is be rude with law enforcement. Like, you don't want to piss them off. They'll never, ever listen to you again. And you actually get blacklisted. So just don't upset the RCMP, okay?
Might be able to give you information that can lead you somewhere?
Oh, absolutely. We really would like the public to consider If they do have any information, real factual based information, to please contact us at the numbers provided. We seek anything we can find so that we can follow up and find new leads, new avenues to find information.
Jacob Moore with Acadia Broadcasting. What sort of level of new information or new discovery do you need for this to potentially move from a missing persons case to something else, potentially something criminal or suspicious?
Sure. It's hard to really put a label on what exactly we'd need, as you can imagine. But we just need facts and evidence that support criminality.
Again, I hope to God they have tested all of their vehicles, all of the extended family's vehicles, their quads, the neighbors' vehicles for anything, blood, DNA, quads too. I keep getting quads. I said this in my last reading. I see 2 men running around on quads.
Once we have that, we make all of our decisions based on the evidence that we collect. Once we have that evidence, then we'll move forward in those areas if that's appropriate.
In your news release this morning, you talked about wanting to have more fact-based tips from the public. Can you tell us what you meant by that? And I have a follow-up.
Sure. I mean, everybody is exposed to social media throughout their daily lives, and sometimes social media can get fairly speculative and sometimes not necessarily based in truth or fact. The information we need isn't necessarily speculation or thoughts or theories. We'd like information that actually points us in a direction to try and find out things that have taken place. So I just find sometimes social media can be a little bit
I don't blame them.
murky. So
I don't blame them at all. I completely understand where they're coming from. It's crazy. In every single case you're watching on YouTube, if you're watching a psychic, do not call law enforcement. All it does is piss them off. Did you pick up if they are alive or not? I'm getting they're unalived. Unalived, Valhalla. I'm getting they've been unalive since day 1. And possibly a day or 2 ahead of time before they even called 911.
On social media, can you talk to us about how when tips come from that kind of a source, people are relating tips that have occurred on social media, how the impact that has on the investigation? Because I understand you have to chase those down. Anyway.
Well, obviously, when we investigate something, we try and gather every piece of information we possibly can about the situation. So when we get a tip, a speculative tip, then we're required, we're duty bound to follow down all leads to either corroborate or uncorroborate that particular tip. So when we get things that really are, very speculative, it creates work for us that, of course, takes away from maybe better areas that we could focus on sometimes. So it just helps for us in our stuff. People consider, is this something that is factual, something the police can find more information on? So does that answer your question? Okay.
What is approaching the 1-year lead for the investigation?
Somebody knows something, for sure. Like, I believe there's several people and they all know. They're just keeping their mouth. They're not tattletaling. They know. There's people that know. Okay, Krista. Have a good day at work today, babe.
What does approaching the 1-year mark mean for the investigation? Does it change any of the results of maybe even getting closer to finding the kid?
Well, we've taken, it's of course been a long investigation. So over the last number of months, we've gone through a lot of the information we have. And of course, we're new leads, but I guess this investigation was always going to take time. There's been a lot of tips, a lot of interviews, and a lot of video that we've had to review. And of course, other avenues of different areas where we want to collect and things. So it takes a long time to go through all that and do it. But that's
this
where the
case.
investigation stands.
This case really reminds me of Summer Wells. It really, really does. I believe there's serious nefarious activities happening with 2 men, to be exact. I'm getting there's drugs involved, drug dealer involved. Yeah, very similar in a lot of ways to me.
Holly Bowes, the Chronicle Herald. You mentioned the amount of content you guys have had to go through, and I know there's been this kind of rise of AI generated content. Could you kind of speak a bit more on that?
Well, obviously, whenever you collect any electronic data, you have to make sure that there's integrity related to that data. So, of course, that creates extra steps. But you know, we have the capabilities in the RCMP to deal with those things. So, yeah.
With Radio Canada, I'll ask my question in English, but if it can be answered in French.
Certainly.
And Michael already asked, where are we approaching with the 1 year?
Okay, Jan.
We're going to continue to gather whatever information is out there, take any tips from the public and follow up on those, and we'll make our investigative decisions based on those facts.
I can provide that in French if you want, Rob. Alors, en français, vraiment avec l'année qui s'est
Je ne pas parler français.
Social media, are there specific challenges in your investigation right now?
I had to take French from grade 4 to grade 12. And all I learned from it was je ne pas parler français, which means I cannot speak French.
That you're facing that maybe weren't there at the beginning?
I can't speak to a specific challenge. I think it's more of a general comment about social media and AI impacts on policing, right? So it's just things that we have to consider nowadays. So.
Oui, absolument. En ce qui concerne le...
To the outside world, seeing this press release today, many people might assume that.
Okay. Okay, we're gonna jump to something else now. Let me try and find something here. Give me 2 seconds. Boy, a lot of people have covered this case. Danielle Martel. Let's see what we got here. Lots of shit. Again, I want to try and stick with news stuff. Okay, we covered this the other day. His court appearance. So his court appearance, from what I remember, has been delayed till September. Which again, in my eyes, I see that as good news. I see that it's because they're digging, right? They're digging for information. Okay, and this, I don't know. To me, this explains a lot right here. It really does explain a lot to me. Just read between the lines of what I'm saying here.
Daniel Martel is facing charges of sexual assault, and forcible confinement. Martel is the stepfather of missing children Lilly and Jack Sullivan.
Right,
RCMP
yes.
have confirmed they arrested 34-year-old Martel on Monday. Police say the victim is an adult, but are not providing any more details. Martel was living with Lilly, Jack, and their mother when the children went missing from his family home in Lansdowne, Nova Scotia.
Yeah, that just explains a lot to me. It really, really does. Okay, so I know that they have thoroughly searched the area. This would be so difficult. I don't think I can do anything to help with this case. I'm being honest here. I have my reading on where I believe they are, and the only people that would be able to find that area is people that are local and that have lived there for a long time and know every inch of this back forest. So somebody that's local, if you're watching, shoot me an email, please.
Last May. The woods surrounding the home was searched for days, and RCMP Major Crimes has been conducting an extensive investigation. But little
Hi,
is known
Crimson.
about what happened to the children, and so far, the case has not turned criminal. Earlier this month, RCMP Staff Sergeant Rob McCammon said none of the children's family members are suspects.
I wouldn't say anybody's a suspect. Again, we continue to gather information and whatever evidence that we are able to find.
He's just being polite here. He's just being flat out polite here. That's interesting. Do you think the boot print is related or unrelated? I think the boot print, is related because I see the two kids running. I see them running. They're trying to run to get away from a couple really bad men. So I do believe the footprint should be in play here.
And we'll make our decisions based on that, but we are not in a position to really comment on suspects or anything like that at this time.
The mysterious nature of their disappearance has garnered international media attention. Martel has spoken publicly about what happened that day and the months that have followed. Martel is due in Pictou Provincial Court on March 2nd. Allie Thompson, CBC News, Halifax.
His days are numbered. It's just simple as that. His days are numbered. He needs to appreciate his time outside of a cell. His days are numbered. Okay. Okay, we already watched the video of the mother the other day. Stepfather speaks out. We've probably already watched this, at least you guys have. I want to watch this again. Watching his body language. Hi, Deb. Hi, Wanda. Hi, Debbie. If I've missed you, hi. Hi, Dee. Why did this happen? I believe it's drug. It reminds me of the Wells. I believe it's abuse and drug activity. Flat out.
The cadaver dogs or the human remains dogs were here recently. Walk me through that day. You knew that they were coming, but you didn't know when.
I actually got back from my visit with my daughter, and I come home and the dogs were already, on scene, and they were there for about an hour before I got there. I didn't know the exact day when the arrival was going to happen. It was even a surprise to me, but at the end of the day, everything's ruled out there. And
I'm sorry you got a headache today, Debbie. Try some mint if you have anything. Try some peppermint tea if you have peppermint tea in your house. You can also put cinnamon in coconut oil and put it behind your ears. That might help as well. I can see right through this guy.
I hope this is speculation, turns elsewhere.
So you arrive home after visiting with
Right.
your daughter. They're there, and then what happens?
They're there, and then, I walk up, greet them, and meet them for
Yeah,
the
the
very
kids
first
are
time.
starting
Said,
to talk.
Can I come close to you and the dogs? And he said, oh, yeah. And then, investigators were there, or one investigator, and, had a conversation with him, and they said,
He's holding on to himself during the whole interview here. Watch his arms. He's holding on to himself.
they were going to do the property. I said, perfect, let's do every square inch. And that's when it began with, where do you think we should where do you think we should search? And in my mind, that's these guys are the best. They're supposed to be the best. And in my mind, that's
He's smiling. Holy shit. He's what do they call that? The duper's delight? Look at he's grinning. Oh my gosh.
these guys search. And in my mind, that's
Watch.
I think we should search. And in my mind, that's
Look at that fucking face. That's a face of haha, I gotcha. You guys can't find it. Like that's a face of satisfaction for himself. He's proud of himself here. Oh my god, that actually makes me nauseous. Literally is making me nauseous.
these guys are the best. They're supposed to be the best. They should have mapped the terrain, looked at satellite imagery, and found every single speck on that property that needed to be searched. And they should have had, you know, better coordination with reviewing those maps and people involved from the start with search and rescue to determine areas they need to search.
What happened? Did you tell them where to search or advise them, or what did
Yeah,
you
I
say?
gave them like any indication that, you know, soft grounded areas like the marsh, the ponds, anything like that. But I said, you're welcome to do it anywhere. You know, they did inside the house. They did, I mean, everywhere. Vehicles. They did everything they could.
Of
In the
course they
amount of
did.
time that they were given to do it.
Of course they did. Of course they did. Yeah, I'm sorry, I don't like this guy. Too much work for you, Crimson. I understand that, babe.
So what did they search when they came inside? How did that go?
Well, when they took the dogs like inside the house, they ran from one side of the house to the other, waiting for the dogs to, you know, bark or pick up a scent, and nothing was located. Same with all the property. There was no indication of anything. When they didn't do it.
There goes the tongue.
Once they took in, there was no indication of anything.
That tongue. It's funny, I learned that tongue action from Chris Watts' case. Those of you that sat and watched Chris Watts do the same thing. Have his arm crossed and he's talking and the tongue's just fucking flying every time he says a lie.
They didn't do it once. They took in both dogs. They did the whole thing. They did like up the road. They did the blanket site. They did pipeline where the boot print was found. I mean, they exhausted every single area within Lansdowne.
Yeah.
The blanket site. They did pipeline where the boot print was found. I mean, the blanket site. They did pipeline where the boot print was.
Boot print? Let me look that up. Maybe it's nothing. If any is local and you're watching this, is that a name of something there? What he's saying here, Boofrint?
Found, I mean, blanket site. They did pipeline where the boot print was found.
Boofrint, like he's making a fraudulent Freudian slip here. Is anyone watching? Does that mean anything? Is that the name of the place? Belfron. If anyone out there is from there, and does that mean anything? Belfron. Burnt coat, Blanchard. Okay. Beaufort, Nova Scotia. Okay, keep going. If there's anyone watching and you're from there, does that mean anything? I know he's supposed to be saying boot print, but I'm thinking this might have been a Freudian slip.
I mean, they exhausted every single area within. Boot print was found. I mean, they exhausted every single area within Lansdowne.
Yeah, the pipeline trail right here where we're standing.
They did. I mean, they spent.
Yeah, the pipeline trail right here where we're standing.
They did. I mean, they spent.
Yeah, the pipeline trail right here where we're standing.
They did. I mean, they spent.
Yeah, the pipeline trail right here where we're standing.
They did. I mean,
I didn't realize I'd be picking up on stuff in this. Here we go.
Lansdowne.
Yeah, the pipeline trail right here where we're standing.
They did. I mean, they spent. They did. I mean,
Standing.
They did. I mean, they. They did. I mean,
Okay. I'm just doing a deep listen to his words, eh? Like, you get what I'm saying? Like, he's saying things a bit, he's speaking oddly.
They spent every hour.
Sometimes, we've seen reports where criminals will actually spill it as they're talking in like a sentence with mumbled, screwed up words in between. Like it just automatically comes out. That's what I'm listening for here.
They could searching, not planning or anything like that. I mean, they were boots on the ground, just doing whatever they could. Not planning or anything. Every hour they could searching, not planning or anything like that. I mean, they were boots on the ground, just doing whatever they could.
You were mentioning that you had a bit of a tense reaction with one of the dog handlers. Can you tell me about that?
Yeah, it was a little bit heartbreaking and saddening to hear what the words that came out of his mouth. And for me, all I was trying to do was ever help. Like that's all I've been doing is cooperating, and to see that and hear that, I mean, it was pretty saddening.
What did he say?
He said your Thursday and all the way leading into Friday morning, there's not enough detail. And I said to him that Thursday was just.
He's right. The guy's right. Good for him for coming and actually saying something.
An ordinary day until I woke up on Friday morning. And that's when like life changed. There was nothing like life changing on Thursday. It was a normal day. So
a normal day of what?
There was nothing.
What's a normal day, Daniel? A normal day of doing drugs and the kids just running around wild? That's what a normal day is?
Detailed that needed to be remembered that day until Friday morning.
So he was mentioning something along the lines of something happened Thursday night and your story isn't matching up?
Yeah, well, not just matching, it didn't have enough detail for him personally. And then that's when I asked him, do you know anything on the case? And he said, not really. I've seen you on the news once. And that kind of alarmed me or, shocking because you're having somebody that's trying to get you to admit to something and they don't know any details. So therefore, my Thursday didn't have any details. Your knowledge of the case didn't have any details. So you shouldn't try to force something on me without knowing any of the background.
Did he make any accusations at you?
Yeah, he did. He said that Thursday didn't have enough details and we think you did something to the kids Thursday night.
Wow, whoever this guy is, good for him. He set him straight. He said what needed to be said to him, to Daniel. Good for this gentleman who spoke out.
And I asked him, like, what are you talking about? Like, I just ran through whole Thursday and Wednesday with you. Like, we just spent the last 20 minutes talking, and there's not enough detail because I thought it was an ordinary day. In the end, like, cadaver dogs were there, they went through, and the story continues. In conclusion to all this, there's still a lot of work that needs to be done. I'm still helping investigators at every turn we could possibly think of. And hopefully we see some kind of resolution soon, or some kind of outcome that's positive.
Okay.
How's that communication in your relationship with RCMP now, 5 months later, and then given that interaction a few weeks ago?
At this point, I go to them. They don't ever come to me. It's just like I have to contact them. I have to go to them. And it's been like that for a little while now.
Well, that's normal. That's normal. That's normal. They're not going to contact you. That's totally normal. Even in that's totally normal. Like the last case I helped here in town, the family was getting really pissed off because the RCMP wasn't reaching out to them. That's normal.
I've given them so many leads, and there's only so much I can do. I was told not to pursue any leads, so I'm not the one who's going to be going out there investigating.
Why do you?
I've never seen the camera footage. I've never seen the footage.
Pursue leads. Because you're still out there talking to people and finding out new details.
By pursuing leads, they mean if I have a lead, I don't track it down in person. But yeah, like, I'm still open to talk to the public. I have no fake accounts. I don't have anything that would be not under my name. Like, I go fully into every comment with my name present. So I have nothing to hide. People are free to message me whenever, and people are free to discuss anything they want with me. Any angle, any perspective that they have, I'm open to it. And I will pass it along to investigators if it's a solid perspective. Every tip matters. All 800 and almost 900 of them matter.
Do you find that engaging helps for you?
It doesn't help me mentally, that's for sure, but I still do it. I'm basically desensitized to all judgment at this point. So if anybody has anything, you can just come to me, or go to Major Crimes. You can go to your local police department. They'll pass along tips, or Crime Stoppers. Because this whole situation has drug on for way too long, and it's absolutely destroying everyone involved.
Okay, one sec. Let me try and find a video of that. Oh, here we go. Give me a sec, guys. Trail camera clips. Okay, we're going to do fair use commentary. The video credit goes to this channel here. What is the video called? Okay. Crime Signal. So video shout out to Crime Signal. Thank you for your footage. This is fair use commentary. I will send my subscribers over to you. And let's see what they've got here.
If two little footprints appeared and then vanished, what would you believe happened next? Imagine finding a pink blanket in 3 different spots. Would you chalk it up to chaos or conspiracy? Could a hidden trail camera hold the single clue that shatters every theory you've heard? If you've ever asked yourself any of those questions, you're about to see why the disappearance of 6-year-old Lilly and 4-year-old Jack Sullivan has left investigators and an entire community desperate for answers. Before we proceed further, please hit subscribe and tap the bell so you never miss an update on the disappearance of Lilly, 6, and Jack, 4.
Go show this guy some love, please.
Sullivan. Their story has captured attention across Canada and beyond. And every view, every share, and every tip brings us one step closer to the answers their family so desperately needs. The RCMP Major Crime Unit summoned search teams, volunteers, bloodhounds, drones, and helicopters to comb 5.5 square kilometers of dense woodlands and wetlands. All they recovered that first day was a fragment of Lilly's pink blanket and 2 small boot prints. As the days stretched into weeks and global attention swelled around this rural community, every piece of evidence became precious and painfully scarce. Late in May, new hope arrived in the form of trail camera footage from properties beyond the Sullivan yard. One neighbor, Melissa Scott, received a knock on her door from Mounties seeking recordings from 7 of her game cameras covering April 27th through May 3rd. She handed over hours of video showing her wooded acreage, even though it lay kilometers from the family home. Mounties also requested footage from local landowners along utility corridors and disused rail lines. Their goal: to map every route 2 small children might have taken if they left the immediate yard. The footage, still under seal by RCMP, is said to show fleeting shapes and movements that investigators believe could correspond to Lilly's pink Bobby top or Jack's blue.
That's really good sign. Holy cow, that's a good sign. Huh, so they possibly have footage. Way to go, RCMP. Good job.
Blue dinosaur boots. Detectives described it as a major new lead, though they caution against premature conclusions. The material is not yet public, but in the coming weeks it may inform new ground searches or digital sweeps, expanding the search perimeter into areas previously considered low priority. This development marks a shift in investigative strategy. In the first critical week, the focus was on the dense woods and the immediate property. Ground teams logged thousands of hours, swirling through underbrush and checking every fallen log.
Okay, I'm going to mention something here in case somebody's watching from that area. I'll just give you a rundown of something that happened here in town, okay? Several years ago, I helped a family find their missing loved one, and she had drowned in our river, okay? We were having massive storms, and she had a huge dog, and I believe the dog just pulled her into the river. Anyways, COSAR Search and Rescue, they were up and down that river for like 3 weeks straight, including divers, and they couldn't find her. Well, guess what? There was a section of the river that they didn't touch because it's considered private land. So people's backyards back onto the river in that area, and they didn't search it because it was private land. And I remember looking at the family and looking at the searchers, and I'm like, well, you need to fucking go right now. She's right over there. She was in that chunk. They believed they weren't allowed to search it. She was found the next morning. So what I'm getting at, is there any type of scenario now in this area that had been searched? Are there any areas like this where it was private property and search and rescue was not able to go there? It's a big, big thing.
Kits of forensic tools were deployed to recover trace fibers, soil particles, and possible DNA. When that yielded only a few faint traces, police turned to the digital domain. More than 5,000 video files from doorbell cameras, dash cams, and convenience store CCTV were cataloged and reviewed. At the same time, call logs and cell tower data were cross-referenced to build a timeline of everyone on and near Gaylock Road that morning. Public tips rolled in by the hundreds, some credible, others evidently stray. A school bus driver reported spotting two small figures near Pipeline Trail. A passing cyclist claimed to have seen a pink blur at dawn. Each tip was logged, assigned to an investigator, and followed up. Over 800 distinct tasks now populate the RCMP's case management system, each representing a potential clue. Investigators have also granted polygraph tests to several family members and close associates, though they affirm that no one is officially considered a suspect. Still, the stepfather's demeanor and statements came under public scrutiny when he described running toward nearby cabins, only to find them empty. His social media posts featured punctuation that some online commentators labeled suspicious, semicolons in place of commas, abrupt sentence fragments. Yet the RCMP insists these stylistic choices are not evidence of wrongdoing. The pink blanket itself remains central to the case. Initially reported as found in a trash bin behind the RV, it was later described in official statements as hanging over a railing and then caught in a low tree branch. Now, forensic scientists have it in a specialized lab.
I believe that was a fuck up on the perpetrator's part. And hopefully it gives them answers. Hi, Lena. Hi, hun.
Testing for latent fingerprints, trace DNA, and any foreign fibers that might link it to another location or individual. While those results are pending, detectives believe confirming whose blanket it is and establishing a clear chain of custody could illuminate exactly when and where it was dropped. Parallel to the formal investigation, the community's grassroots response has been relentless. Candlelit vigils that began in the churchyard have...
Good for you, Nova Scotians. Good for you. Step up strong for these children.
multiplied, with neighbors keeping soft lanterns burning through the night. High school students formed a volunteer search group, patrolling trails at dawn and dusk. Local businesses plastered windows with Lily and Jack's smiling faces, alongside posters urging your tip matters and help bring them home. At one gathering, a retired school principal organized lecture for Clues evenings, where experts in forensic science, wilderness tracking, and digital mapping offered free briefings on how everyday citizens could aid the search. On June 11th, police announced that they had reviewed more than 50 interviews, some accompanied by polygraph tests. One of those interviews involved the children's maternal grandmother, who reported that CPS had been called to the home previously and that Jack bore unexplained bruises on his arms and legs. RCMP confirmed.
There you go. There's your answer. There's your answer. Done deal.
They had incorporated any CPS records into their investigation, but have so far declined to comment publicly on those specific claims. Whether those bruises resulted from rough play, farm equipment, or something more sinister remains a sensitive question, one that has underscored the urgency of unearthing all possible leads. As summer deepens, the woods around Lansdowne Station have grown thick with green. This seasonal growth presents challenges. Patches that were once open are now green. This
Garlock Road. Give me 1 second here. Come on, computer. Okay. Okay, so I'm going to just dive right into doing some dowsing rod questions. Okay, I feel totally drawn to do this right now. Okay. Okay, so here we go. Honestly, can't remember if I've even done this for this case. I'm pretty sure I have. Okay, guys, do I have permission to ask questions about Lilly and Jack Sullivan right now? Okay, that's a yes. Thank you very much. Can you see the map on my screen? Okay, thank you very much. Yeah, you probably did, Crimson. They use fan noise a lot. Fan noise really generates EVPs, yes. All the time. Okay. All right, guys. Work your magic, please. Do you see Lilly and Jack's remains anywhere on my map on the screen? All right, that's no. Okay, thank you very much. Hey, in my reading, I was getting, they came out of the driveway and they went this way and then they went up Lansdowne. And I swear I've already done this before. Okay, I know the blanket was found around here. Okay, I've done this. I know I've done this before, but I'm going to do it again. Yes, Jen, I'm getting yes. Yep, and they were since day one. If I'm right. Okay. I'm working with my guides here, okay? Do you see Jack and Lily's remains anywhere on my screen? Okay. Thank you very, very much. That's a yes. Okay, so let's start here. Let's say we're standing. Hey, guides, pay attention to with me here. Say I am standing on Lansdowne Road right here. Okay. Say I'm standing beside this person's driveway. Lansdowne Road. Point to which direction we need to go. Okay, thank you very much. Can you cross the rods to how many kilometers? One, two, three, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, okay. That was wild. Thank you very much. I love you guys. Love my guides. Isn't that wild? It's okay. Huh. Okay, come on. Wait. I need to change my measure thing. Okay, 1 second. $52,000 I'm looking for. Okay, you're all with me here? So from here, I would start here. I'm looking for 52,000 feet, roughly. Okay, so say they visitors say this is where it's instantly a problem. There's a fork in the road here. Okay. All right, guys. If let me. How am I going to ask this? Okay. Did they go down West River Road on the east side? Okay, that's no. Did they go down West River Station Road? That's a yes. Okay. Thank you so much. I love my guides. Okay, so I'm looking for 52,000 feet, roughly. So this is just as the crow flies. Oh, okay, wait a fucking minute. Sorry, give me 1 second here. 16 kilometers to miles. 9.9 miles. Okay, let's go back here. Okay, so 9 miles. Five miles. 6. Okay. And fuck me, there's a fucking mine here. There's a mine here. Okay. There's a mine here. Okay. All right, this is crazy. Okay, it's probably just a tailing. I don't know what this is. Oh, I see. Oh, fuck. August 2025. Wow, okay, I'm tripping out a little bit here. Give me a second. Are you guys still with me? Yeah, everybody's telling me the mines have been checked, okay? What I'm getting here in my reading is I'm getting it's a little mine that nobody knows about. It would be a mine that somebody that has grown up there and knows every inch of the forest would know where it is. And it's like an abandoned old mine, like your neighbor was a miner. That's what I'm getting here. These people that have done this know the area like the back of their hands. They know where this little spot is. That's what I'm getting. Yeah. Holy shit. Okay, give me a second. Okay. Do you see Jack and Lily's remains anywhere on my computer map? Okay, that's new. Thank you very much. That's new. Okay, so let's say I'm talking to my guides again, okay? So say guides see Green Hill, the little town of Green Hill right in the center of the map. Okay, thank you. Point, please, to what direction I need to go. Holy shit. Okay, so back. Hmm. That really tripped me out for a minute. I should just start asking each of these little places. Did they go down Trans-Canada Highway? No. Okay. Are the kids anywhere near a town called Limrock? Limrock. Okay. Do you see that? Limrock. So again, River East. Okay. Are the kids anywhere along West River East Side Road? No. Okay. Are the kids along Tanner Hill Road? Okay, that's no. Are the kids along Limrock Road? Okay, it's a big road. Fairly big road, okay. Yeah, I'm gonna ask. I will. Hi, Queenie. One sec, guys. Okay, so as I'm doing this for a second, can you please hit the thumbs up button? Can you please subscribe? And please consider becoming a member or sharing members to others that are unable to get their own memberships. That would be greatly appreciated. Okay, so what the hell here? So roughly miles, roughly 10 miles away from their home. I need to. Holy shit! This is kind of like ripped my mind for a minute. I need to go to the bathroom. So everybody, please take 5 minutes and go pee or whatever. I'll be back in a minute. I'm going to show you a cute little video I just made.
Thank you to the higher powers. Thank you for the morning breath. Thank you for the ones who found me when I had nothing left. Thank you to the guides who tell terror the secrets when the road gets thin and low. Thank you to the ancestors watching every place I go. When the night feels long and the heart runs dry, you send a hand from the other side. Thank you for the hidden light. kitchen window glow on a cracked front step. In the name my grandmother carried, I still feel kept. Every small door opening, every fear.
Okay. Thank you for that. Thank you, thank you, thank you. And yeah, I'm a no bullshit kind of girl. You come on here and you're just fucking banned. Bye. Okay, so let me go back to what I'm doing here. Okay, so I got yes for Limerick. It could be just a landmark here, okay? So it's just a landmark. I'm reading. Do you see Jack and Lily anywhere in West River of Pictou? Okay, that's no. Are they close to there? Okay, that's a yes. Do you see them on my screen right now? Oh my God. Okay. Huh. All right. Hi, Scorpio. All right, so that's interesting. I'm going to start at one corner and we're going to go for a drive. Everybody put your seatbelts on. And there's no other rest stop for another 100 miles. So if you got to go pee, suck it up. Did they search along here? Anybody know? Did they search along here? West River East Side Road. I swear I just heard a kid in here. And again. Are you guys hearing anything? Okay. We'll be able to hear it on the replay. Okay, that was wild. Okay, so does anybody know if they have searched this area? They probably searched the river. There's a mine here. There's a mine here, it looks like. Or it's just like a red cranberry crops. Okay. Please, if there's somebody that lives there and you're watching right now, I'm looking for like a mine, just a tiny little mine that most people wouldn't know about. A place that local kids that grew up there would know where it is. A place where two men that have lived there all their lives would know to stash something there. Like a hidden spot in the woods somewhere. Not hearing it. Okay. You'll probably hear it on the, well, at least I will. You'll hear it on the replay after. Good job. Oh, sure. Why not? Good job, hun. Okay. So let's keep going. Okay. So I got a yes on. Okay. Let's pull out. Okay. Okay. If I'm standing. If I'm standing. How am I going to do this? If I'm standing on Highway 1, Transcanada Highway, facing Limrock, which direction do I go? That's it? Okay, can you do it again just to confirm? If I'm standing on the highway facing the town of Limrock, which way do I go? Okay. Thank you very much, guys. Everybody, please take a moment and hit that thumbs up for me. And please become a member. Join up and become one of my members. I do a lot of stuff for my members. Okay. What are you trying to guide me through here? Is it this water source here? Okay. Okay. Do you see my map? Thank you. Do you see this water source on the map? Just by, like, above Alma? Show me where to go now. Okay, thank you. Okay, do you see Jack and Lily anywhere on my screen? Oh my God, okay. Are they near Green Hill Provincial Park? Okay, that's no. Are they near Green Hill Springs? Holy shit, okay. Okay. At Greenville Springs, are there any old abandoned mine shafts? Okay. Is this mine shaft like completely covered over and people wouldn't know where it was if you didn't grow up there? Is it completely covered? Okay, thank you. Okay, again, facing the map. Green Hill Road is right in the center. Point the rods to which side of Green Hill Road? Okay. So this side. The leaves, you can't see anything with brush. Sorry, guys, I'm concentrating. You can hear you can hear Ozzy talking. Okay, I'm going to stand still for a minute here. I'm at a standstill. There is the chance, of course, I'm going to say that it might not be a mine shaft. I don't know. Got to be realistic here. And it could be something wrong, like something else. It could be wrong. But I don't really think I'm wrong here. Very interesting. Come on. Wow, such a dense place. Oh my God. Look at how dense the forest is. Yeah, you're picking up. Yeah, that's what I'm doing, Quinn. I'm trying to kind of just navigate with them. Just got to figure out what they're trying to show me. I bet you there's a spot around here that nobody knows about. I really get that. You know why I keep getting that as a reading? Because my guides show me our hut. When Savvy and I were little, we had a hut in the woods. That's what I'm getting. Something that these two men grew up there. They had a place. Yeah, and now they're using the place for nefarious reasons. Wow. Green Hill. I'm sure they've looked here, right? Please tell me they've checked all the water rate, Huh. Okay, well, I feel actually pretty confident here that I've got a good basic start. That's interesting. Thank you so much, guides. Thank you. I love my guides so much. Thank you very much. You guys are kick ass. Okay. What? What's so cute? What's so cute? I love you guys. Okay, so on that note, I think I'm going to wrap this up because I might be onto something here. I've given myself a center point to start at. I'm almost positive. Yay, actually. Oh, Savvy and I as kids, yeah. Oh God, yeah. There was a tree fort. It was our partying tree fort. Yeah. All right, so I'm going to let you guys go now. Thank you for hanging with me for almost 2 hours. Please hit the thumb up buttons. Please subscribe. Please become a member. It all helps out my channel and gets me going. I just hit 13,000 subscribers. I want to hit 50 by the end of the year. So please share my channel. Please tell everybody and all that stuff. I hope they find them like right now. All right. I'll talk to you soon. Love ya. Bye.